We got over a ½ inch of rain since last evening. I realized this flower pot didn't have any holes in the bottom, so I just put some holes in the bottom and it's starting to dry up a little bit. I've got some onions planted in there. I just planted them yesterday, so they should be okay. They're actually onions that I harvested from last year, and they were really small. And I used up the bigger ones and realized as I was organizing some stuff the other day that I had all these little onions that I hadn't used, and they were starting to sprout. So I thought I may as well just use them for little sets. So I planted them in this pot so they'll all be together there. And I may either come up with little onions or big onions, or use them as green onions, or we'll see what happens. My main thing that I did today, I started to get creative, and I'm not done with this. I'm not pleased quite yet with it. I started to make a bottle tree. And the ground is so wet that I still have weeds here that grass mostly, that I need to get rid of. But this is what my tree looks like. I tried to make it a little bit, not exactly symmetrical, more like modern art. My husband says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm making a tree." He said, "Well, don't make it junky." I said, "I'm not, it's modern art." And I haven't decided if I'm going to paint the bottles or draw pictures on them or just leave them the way they are. I'll get rid of that grass somehow or another. And that's what it looks like right now. I think I'm probably not done with it, but I'll let it sit there for a day or so until it warms back up and I decide what I want to do. But that's what it looks like right now. So that was my project for today. The other thing I did today, in between rain showers, besides it being Toastmaster Tuesday, is that the third Tuesday of every month at Toastmasters, we have a potluck breakfast, and I always make scrambled eggs. So I had eggshells. I crushed them all up and took them out and fed them to my worms. And it seems like I'm noticing more worms than I did for when we first started out. So I'm thinking that things are going good and they're reproducing. Either that or they're just coming up where I can see them. Anyway, the worms got a nice breakfast, and I can feel the heat and the sunshine, which pops out every few minutes here. Feels good. It's probably about, I'm going to guess 60, 61, maybe 65, but then it goes behind a cloud and cools off and feels more like 40, but I think it's like in the mid-50s. One thing about all this rain, my plants like it, but so do the weeds. So when the days start to turn nice again, I've got a lot of weeding to do. And I guess that's just part of gardening. The other thing, indoors, because it was raining earlier, I couldn't just go without gardening. So I planted some more seeds. Just a couple little 6-packs of various things. One of the 6-packs has some tomatoes in it, and then a couple of other things. Just miscellaneous that I thought, oh, it'd be nice to have some more of. Not that I need more tomatoes, but, you know, I'll never have enough. And then this is an avocado tree that's looking quite nice. And these are some microgreen. Ouch! It was sorry about that. There was a pine needle or something on the floor, and I'm barefoot and I stepped on it. My microgreens are looking good. Just about ready to harvest. This is a carnation left over from Mother's Day. The restaurant we ate at gave all the mothers carnations. I thought that was nice. And the avocado tree in my windowsill looks so much different from the other one. I'm not sure why. They came from the same batch of avocados, but they look different. And then this, I think my daughter gave it to me. She wasn't sure if it was avocado or lemon, but I'm thinking it looks more like a lemon tree. And I poked a, what is that? It's a little piece of tomato that I trimmed off of, I think it's tomato, it might be a pepper, that I trimmed off one of my plants that I trimmed, trimmed, that's not the right word. And that's my windowsill. So, kind of a quiet day. I even took a nap this morning. We got home from Toastmasters. I was just bushed. Well, part of it, I think, is because I had gone for 12 hours without eating because I had to get a blood draw. I have a doctor's appointment in about a week and a half, and so they always do blood work, and I needed to do that fasting. That meant no eating. And like I said, it was our Toastmaster potluck breakfast this morning. I had to watch everybody else eat. But what I did, I took a Ziploc baggie and put my breakfast on a plate, on a paper plate, and put it in there. So after I got my blood drawn, I ate my breakfast. In fact, I overate because I had put more things in my bag than I really should have eaten. So at lunchtime, I wasn't very hungry. I just had a little bowl of homemade yogurt. I love being able to make yogurt in my Instant Pot. I used to make it in just a regular crock pot, and that works too, but the Instant Pot is so much easier. And I've discovered that it does make a difference what kind of yogurt you use as a starter. I got a little more expensive yogurt to use for my starter, and the last couple of batches of yogurt that I've made have turned out way better than before. Before it was good, tasted like yogurt, but the texture was a little, what do I want to say, I'm going to use the word grainy. Not really, but kind of, just not as smooth as I wanted. But when I used the more expensive starter and put just a little bit more of it in there than the directions say to, my yogurt turns out so good. And I usually get a couple of, actually a little more than 2 large, what are they, quart size? I got a little over 2 quarts of yogurt. And that is so good. I love my homemade yogurt. I prefer it plain. I know it would be good with flavors in it too, but for some reason or other, I like it plain. So if you don't know how to make yogurt, if you have an Instant Pot, just follow the directions. It works perfectly. I think that's all for today. I'm going to attempt not to take any more naps, although that one felt really good. I got up at 4 o'clock, and I know for those of you who are farmers, that's nothing. You get up at 4 o'clock every day to milk the goats or the cows or feed the chickens or whatever. But I only get up early on Toastmaster Tuesdays and Sundays to get ready for church on Sundays. And I've been on worship team all this month, and I love being on worship team. So some months there are occasionally a month when I'm not on at all. Other times I'm on once, sometimes twice. And this month I thought I was going to be on 3 times. But then last week I got an email, can you go next Sunday too? Can you be on next Sunday too? I said, of course. And so it'll be every Sunday this month. And it's lots of fun. I generally play keyboards and I sing at the same time. I'm alto, so I just sing harmony. The lighting, I'm just trying to, there's a shadow right across here that makes me look funny. There. I swivel my chair around so that I don't look so weird. Well, I haven't really said much today, just kind of blabbered on. And I'm really good at that, as you know. I'm really good at blabbering on. But I like to listen to you all blabber on too. Some of you don't blabber at all. You have really helpful stuff and lots of learning to do. And then others of you just are like me. And I like you all. I love you all. I'm so glad that I got into watching gardening and homesteading and similarly related topics on YouTube and decided to make my own channel. It's so much fun. And I love sharing my life with you. Well, portions of it at any rate. So until next time, I want you to, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, I invite you to do so. Also hit the little notification bell so that you get notified when I make a new video. I don't get one made every day, but I try to at least do several a week. Sometimes it's every day, sometimes it isn't, and I don't have a set pattern. It's just when the notion strikes me. And that's okay, right? I'm retired. I'm a free spirit. I can do that. But remember, may the good Lord richly bless you. Happy gardening, happy cooking, happy homesteading, happy whatever you're doing. Until next time, this is Darlene from Darlene's Garden at Marquardt Meadows, signing off.